Your angels have a truly special message for you today. Someone is trying to reach out to you, to send you a powerful message. Can you feel it? It's as if the universe is conspiring for you to hear the call. This person, who was once so bound by others' opinions, is now following their heart, trusting their intuition. And you know what's most surprising? You are an essential part of this transformation, of this spiritual journey. It's no coincidence that you are here now. There is something divine happening, something you need to hear, understand, and that will completely change your perspective. This person is in a moment of deep connection with the universe, seeking a stronger and more sincere connection with what they believe. Perhaps they are not extremely religious, or maybe they are, but that's not the most important thing here. What really matters is how much they are dedicating themselves to this prayer, this silent meditation, or perhaps even a profound reflection. They are not just talking to God, they are trying to show what they carry inside their heart. They are truly making an effort for you to feel the importance you have in their life. It's as if they are sending out a call, hoping you realize how essential you are in their story. There is a captivating energy in what they do, an almost dreamlike sensation that reflects the intensity of the desire they have to have you back. It's as if every fiber of their being is screaming for it. They are fully certain of what they want when it comes to you. They have spent a long time thinking, reflecting, pondering on what it means to have you around again. In their dreams, you are always present, in a way that goes beyond what words can express. Dreaming of you, visualizing you, feeling your presence even when you are physically apart. All of this is part of their routine, as if it were a ritual of connection. This person has a dreamy soul, which easily gets lost in thoughts and imaginations. For her, the world of dreams is more comfortable because everything is already as she would like it to be. In the world of dreams, what she desires with you is already a reality, and there is no fear of rejection. It is a safe place where possibilities are limitless and what she wants most is possible, without the barriers of the real world. This person is someone who carries in her heart a rare sensitivity, an immense ability to feel and connect with emotions, both hers and others. Every gesture, every word, reveals a special care for what she feels, as if protecting and nurturing these feelings were a sacred mission. But as much as this person is capable of surrendering to love, she finds a kind of comfort in distance, a refuge where she can be completely herself without the pressures of direct contact. It is as if, in the exchange of messages, emails, or any other form of communication from a distance, this person can better organize her thoughts, transmit more clearly what is happening in her soul. She sees written words as an extension of the heart, a safe way to show what she feels without the vulnerability that direct eye contact could bring. And as much as she wants to get closer, as much as she wants to be beside the one she loves, there still exists a barrier, a hesitation, perhaps a fear of not being understood or not finding the right moment to take this important step. Within herself, this person holds dreams and hopes for a new chance, an opportunity to start anew in love. She desires with all her might a fresh start, a chance to live what may have never been lived or to resume something that, for some reason, was interrupted. It is as if inside the chest, the heart beats stronger with the idea of writing a new story, full of sincere emotions and special moments alongside someone considered important. This message comes loaded with sincerity, a true reflection of what this person feels. It is an invitation to a future where love can bloom again, where affection and happiness can be rebuilt, side by side. But at the same time, it is a confession of someone who has not yet figured out exactly how to move forward, who is in search of courage and the right words to get closer. What this person feels is real, is deep, and is present in every thought, in every desire to be closer. And even though the path to this encounter is still a mystery to be unveiled, the desire to share these feelings is so intense that it cannot be ignored. In some way, she is waiting for the moment when all of this can be said and lived, with all the truth and affection she holds within. There is something much deeper happening here, something that you may not have noticed yet. Perhaps you cannot even imagine, but this person is carrying such an intense feeling for you that transcends mere admiration or attraction. It is not just liking or enjoying, it is a genuine love, one of those that are rare to find, difficult to put into words. This person is going through a crucial moment, where the need to speak, to open up, to make clear everything she feels, has become unavoidable. It is as if she is in front of a fork in life, knowing that if she does not act now, she may lose a unique and transformative opportunity. Within her, the perception that time has passed too quickly weighs on her shoulders. Many moments have been wasted, many opportunities left behind, and now she finds herself faced with something so special, so unique, that she simply cannot let it slip away. Her mind is restless, thinking, I have wasted too much time already, let so many important things slip away, and I can't keep living like this. I need to do something solid, to build something true that lasts. I can't wait any longer. This person feels that the time to act has come. It's time to turn these feelings into words, to finally take that action that scares her so much, but she knows is crucial for her happiness. She feels with all her being that she needs to declare herself. She needs to show you how important you are, how much you mean to her. The urgency of this need is palpable, and the fear of losing this chance, of letting you slip away, is even greater. She is at a point where she no longer wants to postpone the inevitable, no longer wants to let time pass without saying what needs to be said. There is a burning desire to establish something real, something that makes sense, that lasts, that fills that void she feels. It's not just about words, it's about actions, about demonstrating, once and for all, how essential you are in her life. And in this whirlwind of emotions, she knows that the time is now. She needs to speak, to open up, to make you understand how loved you are, how desired you are. This is her moment, the moment to make it clear that you are more than special, that you are the reason for so many deep feelings she carries in her heart. She can't let this opportunity slip by anymore, can't live without you knowing what you really mean to her. Sometimes, life leads us to relive stories that seem repeated, patterns that we follow almost automatically, as if we were trapped in an endless cycle. Since childhood, we have been shaped by a specific way of understanding love, living it, expressing it. Unconsciously, we learn to love according to what was taught to us, and so we continue, carrying these teachings in all the relationships we cultivate throughout life. Have you ever found yourself thinking about how these patterns influence your choices? How in every relationship, you end up going back to the same starting point, reliving the same feelings, the same dilemmas, the same mistakes. It's as if we are doomed to repeat history, to spin in circles, without realizing that something needs to change. But then suddenly, something inside you awakens. It's an almost uncontrollable desire to break these patterns, to seek something different, something that transcends everything you have ever known. You begin to feel a deep need to experience a love that goes beyond, that breaks expectations and leads you to live something truly new. And then, that special person enters your life. In an unexpected way, they come as a breath of fresh air, bringing with them the promise of a different kind of love, a love you have never experienced before. They are unlike anything you have ever lived, and suddenly, you realize that they represent something greater, a turning point in your story. But along with this discovery comes also a reflection. You start to think about how things could have been different if you had recognized that feeling earlier. Perhaps there is regret, that feeling that time has passed and you took too long to understand how special that person is. You find yourself thinking, why didn't I realize it sooner? Why couldn't I express what I felt earlier? That person, at some point, may have stirred your feelings in a way that seemed to disregard what you had. It may have seemed like they didn't care enough or were leaving you aside without clear reasons. But what you may not know is that, deep down, there was never a lack of love or affection. What they felt, in fact, was an overwhelming fear. Fear of opening up completely, of giving themselves entirely, and of taking on a serious commitment. This fear created a barrier, prevented her from fully surrendering to you and to what you could have together. Time has passed, and now things are beginning to change. She is reevaluating her choices, reconsidering her actions, and has realized that she has always sought relationships more out of fear of being alone than out of a real connection. She was trying to fill a void she didn't even know she had, surrounding herself with people without truly opening up to them. However, now she feels a huge distance between you, whether that distance is physical or emotional. It's a separation that hurts, that makes her deeply reflect on everything that has happened. There are so many things she never told you, feelings kept under lock and key, truths she kept silent about. Today, the regret for these omissions weighs heavily. She thinks in the silence of her heart, I should have been more open, more honest about what I felt. But the fear paralyzed me, prevented me from being true. And now, this guilt hits hard, because she understands that she could have acted differently, that she could have given you the clarity and honesty you deserved from the beginning. But despite everything, she hasn't given up on changing. She is in a process of transformation, seeking to be a better person, not just for herself, but also for you. Deep down, she wishes that there is still time to correct the mistakes of the past, to build something more solid and true. She wants to believe that, despite everything, you can still have a future together, where love is stronger than fears, where transparency and honesty are the foundation of everything. She hopes, with a heart full of hope, that you can see this change, that you are willing to give this love another chance, which, despite all the challenges, has never ceased to exist. She knows it won't be easy, that it will require effort, patience, and a strong desire to make it work. But deep down, she believes it's worth trying, because true love is rare, it's precious, and should not be set aside out of fear or insecurity. She wants to come back. That's someone who, at one point in her life, chose to follow a different path, who drifted away for reasons that seemed right at the time. She left because she needed to find something, to build something for herself. However, this distance came with a heavy emotional burden, a pain that was not easy for either of them. Your relationship faced storms, went through moments that left deep marks. And now, after everything, she feels the pain of having left you behind, something that perhaps she didn't expect to hit her so hard. There is a huge weight in her heart, a remorse that does not leave her in peace. She regrets, and this regret is not merely superficial. It's something that consumes her, that makes her rethink her choices, that makes her wish to turn back time to act differently. She realizes clearly that she was not completely transparent, that she hid parts of herself that should have been exposed. This regret, this desire to fix what was broken, grows within her every day. And she will come back. When this happens, there will be no more masks, no more half-truths. She will open up like never before. She will show you everything that was kept inside, everything she couldn't say when she had the chance. For you, this reunion may be unexpected. It may be something you didn't anticipate, especially if you've already gotten used to her absence, or if in some way, you've lost hope that she would return. But she doesn't want any doubts. She doesn't want there to be room for misunderstandings. She needs you to know, with all the words and gestures, how much you still mean to her. She will not simply send a message or an email without emotion. No, that wouldn't be enough for her. She wants to be there, face to face. She wants you to feel the sincerity in every word she utters. For her, the idea of having lost you forever is unbearable, and that's why she feels that only by speaking directly to you, looking into your eyes, will she be able to convey how important you still are in her life. She needs you to truly understand how much she regrets, how much she wishes to repair what was broken. Because to her, you are still essential. What was once pure joy and an almost electrifying energy has now turned into a deep pain, a sadness that has settled in and doesn't want to leave. This person, who once gave themselves body and soul to the relationship, is now stuck in a cycle of confusing and painful emotions, not knowing how to move forward. She is still deeply connected to you, but fear paralyzes her, preventing her from taking any action, even though deep down she feels she needs to do something. Despite all this confusion, she is fully aware that there is something special between you, something that can be healed, renewed, and even transformed into something even stronger. But the fear of dreaming again, of believing that what you had can come back to life, is something she has not yet been able to overcome. The relationship has left such deep marks that, even unwillingly, she constantly thinks about the possibility of healing that wound and rescuing what you had. She knows, even unconsciously, that by your side there is the possibility of a solid future, of a relationship that can be lasting and true. But, at the same time, this future is scary. The memories of what she felt by your side, the intensity of the attraction, the warmth of the conversations, the feeling of being alive in a way she may never have experienced before, are both comforting and terrifying at the same time. This fear is what holds her back, what prevents her from moving forward, from allowing herself to believe that something so intense could happen again. She is afraid of getting lost once again in this sea of emotions that left her so vulnerable, not knowing if she will have the strength to come out on the other side. This person is in a delicate moment, torn between the desire to reclaim what you had and the fear of facing it all over again. She feels that there is a path to be followed, but she is paralyzed, unable to take the first step. She is going through a complicated moment, an internal battle that few can understand. Anxiety is a constant companion, whispering in her ear that maybe she doesn't deserve someone as special as you. She may have already said something similar, something like you deserve someone better, or maybe she kept these words to herself, but you feel the distance she has created between you. This silent tension weighs on the relationship, not because love doesn't exist, but because she carries scars from the past that have not completely healed. And somehow, unintentionally, she ended up sharing this burden with you. You care too much, and that doesn't go unnoticed. The sleepless nights, the tightness in your heart wondering if she is okay, if she needs help, if there is something you can do to ease her suffering. These thoughts invade your mind repeatedly, stealing your peace of mind. And then, in a moment of pain, she decided to take another path, distancing herself, without making clear the reason. It hurts because it seems unfair. It's not just her absence that hurts, but the lack of understanding, of clarity about what really happened. Still, the love you feel is so deep that you allowed her to go, understanding that sometimes we need to walk alone to find our peace. But that doesn't make things easier. You still think of her with immense affection, wishing only that she is well, even if it means being far away from you. And there's no way to avoid the questions that linger in your head. I'm here for you, why don't you reach out to me? Why don't you trust me to share this burden? This person is going through a process that goes beyond simply healing old wounds. It is a deep dive into the soul, a moment to reassess oneself, and above all, to reconnect with what is most essential, the self. They are leaving behind everything that has happened, those experiences that, although have shaped their life up to this point, do not need to define who they are or how they see the world around them anymore. There is genuine regret in their heart, an immense desire to show that the lessons from the past were indeed learned. They do not want to repeat past mistakes and want to prove this to you, demonstrating that they are a different person now, someone who seeks to live more authentically, more aligned with the truth of who they really are. Throughout this journey, they have realized that many of the beliefs they have carried since childhood, those that were reinforced by everything and everyone around them, are not, in fact, their truth. And with this new perception, they have decided to tread a different path, where they can be themselves, free from others' expectations. They want to open their heart to you, share how they have been feeling, and this time, they want to do it in a more direct, more truthful way. Writing, although powerful, does not capture the depth of what they need to convey. They want you to hear their voice, feel the sincerity that comes from them, because there is something special in their way of expressing themselves, something that written words simply cannot translate. Perhaps they sing, perhaps they are someone whose gift of communicating emotions goes beyond what can be written. It could be the softness of their voice, the rhythm with which they speak, or even that slight accent that you find charming. But anyway, listening to this person is a unique experience, more intense, more real than reading what she writes. She wants you to know that the feeling she has for you has not diminished. In fact, it has strengthened over time as she reflected on everything that happened. She still loves you and wants, more than anything, to try to reconnect with you. She asks you not to give up, not to close the doors to this possibility. If in your heart you feel that it's still worth it, if you believe that investing your time, patience, and energy in this relationship still makes sense, then know that she is ready. She has worked hard on herself, faced her own demons, unraveled her desires, and is now willing to leave the past behind, ready to build something new. You have also been through a lot. You have survived challenges that could have brought you down, but you have remained strong. This person recognizes that. She knows that you have been incredibly patient, even when things seem to be falling apart. She felt a lot of pain, felt abandoned and forgotten, and it made her wonder if everything had really ended, if you still cared. But deep down, she always knew that, if it depended on you, the doors would be open, that your heart has always been available to her. You are a kind, understanding person who would never want to be with someone who felt obliged to be there, without will or genuine interest. Perhaps you don't fully understand what she went through, but you know that everyone has their own journey, and that some parts of that journey need to be faced alone. Now she is at a crucial point, where she needs to make an important decision, to heal this relationship, deal with the feelings that still exist, and show that there is still love, there is still care, and that now she is a better version of herself, ready to truly love and be loved in return. She wants to reconnect with you, the person she truly wants to be with. And if you also feel that this is the right path, if your heart still beats faster at the thought of her, then perhaps it's time to listen to what she has to say. Because sometimes all we need is a second chance, an opportunity to show that we can be better, that love can still blossom, even after everything we've been through. And this person is ready for it, to be the partner you deserve, to build something new and beautiful by your side. Allow your spirit to absorb these words and feel them resonate deeply within you. The universe wants the best for you and will ensure a positive outcome, no matter what your choice is. If this message was meant for you, write in the comments, "I accept to give a second chance to love." To claim this message and the blessings it contains for you. Leave your like, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe now and be attentive to the important message that awaits you in the next video. May God and the universe illuminate your steps with peace, love, and faith. Amen.